What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. We've got a cool unboxing today, or at least I think it's cool. Little bit of a hint with this cold steel AK-47. Hint, hint of what's inside this box. Let's get into it. Here's the thing. I hope I can... What is going on here? What am I doing? I don't know. That side seemed weird. I couldn't get inside the actual. I don't know what's happening there. That seems weird. Anyways, focus. So I hope that this is correct. I'm hoping that this is the correct knife because I'm worried that it's like a stock photo, because this is a little bit of a kind of a vintage piece, sort of, and I'm worried that the seller didn't realize that there's a difference between the old version and the new version, and just used a stock photo. But let's find out. Let's see what we have. Looking good. G10 AK-47 from Cold Steel. Looks a little bit different. That picture looks a little bit different. High performance knives. This is the old box style that they used to do, and this should be the old version that they used to do right here. AK-47 with the Ultra Lock right there, which is Cold Steel's version of the Axis Lock. And legend has it that they got in trouble for using that lock, and that's part of the reason why they went to the Triad Lock right here. So let's do a side-by-side comparison. Man, this G10 is like ultra grippy on this thing. That is crazy grippy. This is way grippier. This is kind of like the Strider G10, like just super grippy. Very similar, but also very different. Overall shape is about the same. You have a lot of differences going on with the pommel here. Pocket clip cutout's different. You've got these extra grooves cut in here. You've got this chamfering right there. Obviously an entirely different locking mechanism. Different pocket clip. Let's take a look at the blades here. This one has a fuller going on. The shape is the same. They both have a tab, but look how different that tab is. This one kind of fans out a little bit. Now, this knife is not completely foreign to me because I also happen to have the aluminum version that I believe came out at the same time. So it's essentially the same knife. They just had a version with a satin blade and aluminum handles as opposed to the G10 handles. This one has been beat to crap. I didn't do this. I actually got this knife from a friend who had another person they knew that had a bunch of knives, and then they brought them to me to say, hey, do you want any of these? And this was the only good one in there. It's pretty cool. So I wanted to get this to kind of complete the set. I believe this is the very first iteration of the AK-47 with this Ultra Lock here. So now I have all three versions, essentially. This is the newest version. It would be kind of cool to hunt down kind of the first Triad Lock version before Cold Steel was sold. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, pretty neat stuff. You can see here that the handle to blade ratio, which is not great on most Demko design knives, but I believe this is Demko, but especially not good on the AK-47, was worse here. Look how big that handle is to the blade. And you can see that the blade length is pretty much the exact same. I mean, give or take, maybe, no, about the exact same. But look how much longer the handle is. So they actually increased the blade to handle ratio on this new version better than this one here. I think these are the same, right? Are these the same? Should be the same. These should be the exact same, just different handle material there. So pretty cool. Let's do a weight. This one is still not even broken in. Pretty cool to get like an old knife like this that's still in like new condition. That's pretty cool. Now, this is the beauty of the Triad Lock, right? Whew. I'm pretty sure this is lighter. So 5.7 ounces. And this one is 6.5. So almost an ounce heavier on this guy. And then the Triad Lock arguably has an even stronger locking mechanism on it for sure. Let's check that play. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement. Like, the smallest amount of wiggle on this lock, which is typical for a lot of Axis style locks. Not all of them, but a lot of Axis style locks will have just a little bit of movement in it. Doesn't mean the lock's going to fail. Doesn't mean the lock's not good. It just has that ever so slight amount of movement. Os 8A, Taiwan, cool stuff to find old vintage pieces like this. The grippy G10 is probably the most shocking aspect of this. It is super, super grippy. All right, guys, let me know down below. Would you like the Ultra Lock to come back? Because now that the Axis Lock patent has gone into public domain, there's no issues with Cold Steel implementing this lock again. This one was done a little bit differently than the Axis Lock anyways. It actually rides inside a channel inside the tang instead of on the outside. So it was a little bit different, but I think it was close enough that it caused some issues. At least that's what I heard. But would you want them to re-release the Ultra Lock and do some more knives using it? Or do you like the Triad Lock? Is that the tried and true? Let me know. Comment down below. Catch you guys later.